Hi, we're here with McKendrick and Trey, the founders of Cold-Blooded Caffeine and the Coffee Run. Guys, thank you for being here today.
Absolutely, thanks for having us.
Yeah, so tell me about how to mix coffee and reptiles.
We try to match the two because reptiles are kind of like nature's pest control when we're talking about their place in the ecosystems, but they don't get a lot of respect. And so we like to bring awareness and some conservation initiatives to reptile and amphibians that don't ordinarily get that. And so we do that by helping support reptile and amphibian conservation in coffee producing countries. The tie back to reptiles and amphibians comes from the link with my past being a reptile and amphibian keeper and breeder. And I was in the grocery store one day looking at coffee, realized the connection between different origins of coffee and different habitats that the reptiles and amphibians that I keep come from. We looked into it. We were looking to start a business, looked into it together, and said, look, there's some pretty positive things that correlate increased reptilian biodiversity within coffee producing countries that supports specialty sustainable coffee.
So when we put the message together, the same circuit that Trey was already involved in with his previous business with reptiles, we actually took coffee now to reptile shows, along with some reptiles as well in the beginning, and we delivered the message of how great coffee is for the ecosystem that a lot of the reptiles come from. And that message actually really hit home with a lot of the reptile keepers in the industry. So from there, we really took the same message and traveled throughout the entire, really US, from Texas all the way up to Illinois and a lot of places in the Southeast. Last year, we went to 24 different shows, so pretty much 2 every month, really getting the message out there and the education piece about how good coffee is for the reptiles in that, in that community. So that's how we got the message out, and it's been very good ever since.
It's helpful to think back what that coffee has been through from its origin all the way to when you're consuming it, right? So the hands that touched it, so a lot of specialty coffee is hand-picked, so someone's hands touched that in country. So let's take a Colombian coffee, somewhere that Big Mama is a redfoot tortoise, so she is from Colombia, Brazil, that part of the world. So from where she's from, someone touched that coffee with their hands, processed that coffee in the same environment that she lives every day. It's a really interesting connection to think where it came from, how it got here, and then myself and McKendrick as roasters are touching it to make it into a consumable product for the public.
She moves kind of fast.
She does, yeah.
Hey, look at her.
She's steady.
Yeah, she knows you're talking about her, so now she's just going all around. Yeah. She won't, yeah. So you want to be local.
We're all over kind of the Midwest and East Coast, but we really want to establish a more local presence, and that's why we're happy that you're here.
Yeah.
And so we launched our delivery service, our local delivery service, the Coffee Run. That was in December of last year, December 2022. And the goal of that was to establish a local presence, bring something to Charleston that was what we saw as a gap in the market, with specialty fresh roasted coffee being delivered to businesses all over the Lowcountry. So the core competency of the Coffee Run is to bring coffee products, so anything that you could think of for your office coffee setup, ground coffee, cups, sugar, we do pods, anything, flavored coffee, anything that you want for your business, we can supply that.